I think this is the apocalypse of our democracy. They're doing to a Republican president at the major league level what they did to me, a Democrat governor, at the AAA level. I went to prison for things that are not crimes. They're charging President Trump with things that are not crimes. One positive thing I suppose you could say about the DA over there, Bragg, is that he keeps his campaign promises. Here's a guy who ran on a campaign promise to charge President Trump. The other thing you can say about him is he's violating his oath of office and destroying the Constitution and the rule of law. And if anybody ought to be going to prison or charged with crimes for this episode, it ought to be that DA.
Wow. You want to put the DA in jail now? That's something. Now, you might not agree with what the DA is saying, but now you want to put him in jail and to talk about this is the apocalypse. Really? Is this the worst thing that has happened in the United States of America in the 21st century? Because don't let me start going backwards in time. But are you saying this is the worst thing to happen in the 21st century? I think there are some things that are worse, like child hunger and homelessness. Yeah, there are a whole bunch of other things that are worse, like systemic racism and the systemic failure of this nation to hold the ultra wealthy accountable while others suffer, far too many suffer. There are other things that are more apocalyptic than this, but Jesus, Mary and Joseph, that they believe that. And then this is what Representative Rod had to say.
Law enforcement process will play itself out, and I have faith in that. I hope we don't make the same mistake in 2016 where we just start covering Trump's trial and Trump's scandals, and we focus still on the school shootings in Tennessee. We focus on the president's message of bringing manufacturing jobs back, of lowering prices. That's really what the American people want to talk about, and I fear if this just becomes a Trump spectacle 24/7 on cable news, that he's going to benefit in the same way he benefited in 2016.
Bennie, Rep. Rod makes a very important point.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, like fundamentally, I think we across the board let Republicans define too much of the conversation, but especially when it comes to Donald Trump, like, why are we spending so much time talking about Donald Trump? Donald Trump is not the president of the United States of America, right? Why are we spending all the time doing this? Like, I get it that there are people who are like, oh, they really want to see Donald Trump go to jail. I admit it would be very funny, right? But also at the same time, there are real issues that we are facing as a country. Quite literally across the country, Republicans are trying to criminalize the existence of trans people. And there's some really great representatives, people like Cori Bush, who are actually standing up to defend trans people and to speak out about the rights of trans people, right? We have real problems like economic issues that we're dealing with. We have infrastructure issues that we're dealing with. We got train crashes happening like every week. These are the problems that we need to address. These are the things that we should be fundamentally focusing on. But I think a lot of the reason why the media doesn't want to focus as much on those issues is because tackling those problems might involve questioning the role that some big businesses are playing in actively making those problems worse.
And the role that many mainstream media are playing as well.